Welcome to this episode of It's Your City. I'm Kirk Caraway with Carson Now, carsonnow.org. We are a news organization, do online local news for Carson City. I started the site about 3 years ago. It was kind of a response to kind of a lack of local news and kind of the way it should be done. I was involved in newspapers since I was 9 years old. So it was a long time coming, and I got involved in doing website news in 1994, pre-Netscape. So for people who know what Netscape is, and did the Tahoe.com website and websites for some of the local newspapers here. Anyway, in 2009, I kind of struck out on my own and decided to make a site for Carson City that I thought that would do a better job. And the idea was to do original reporting news, which newspapers do pretty normally, but then also to combine that with communities contributed content from you, that so people send in photos and stories and opinion columns, things like that, and to kind of open it up to make it easy for people to contribute, and then also to aggregate stories to basically be able to link to stories that other news sites are doing. Like there's lots of TV stations in Reno that do stories about Carson City on a regular basis and other things. A lot of, it's interesting, you can find a lot of different sources for news around here. But we wanted to make this kind of the one-stop shop for all local news about Carson City. And started very small in 2009, and we went ahead, and it's been growing since then. Last month in November, we were at about 40,000 unique visitors in that month, which for a town of 50,000 is not too bad. And we do all just local news, so the people we get in are really either living in Carson or have some connection here. So we don't do any international news, national news, things like that. So the idea was to make this kind of a prototype for how news can be done in other places, and to be able to spread this around. In fact, a year ago, a little more than a year ago, we launched South Tahoe Now, southtahoonow.com, which is kind of styled after Carson Now. And so we're doing some news up there. Anyway, one thing I want to pass on to people is to contribute content. We really love people to contribute things that are local or have something to do with people here locally. So you can go to the site. There's a little tagline at the top that says, underneath the logo, it says submit stories, photos, and you can go there and just submit things right off, and we have an editor look at that. Our editor, Jeff Munson, he's been doing this off and on for the last couple of years. He goes out and does all kinds of kind of breaking news reporting, and anytime there's big accidents, cops, arrests, things like that, we have a lot of that stuff up. In this last few weeks, we've had a lot of kind of incidents of breaking news, so we become kind of the go-to place for that. Since September, I have been during the week at Stanford University doing a night fellowship program, where I'm basically working on the next generation of these kind of local news sites. So taking what we're doing at Carson Now and creating a new advertising marketing program that will really help local businesses promote themselves better than what anybody's been able to do in the past, and also to improve the way the news site looks and operates and how it can be more efficient. And we're hoping to see some changes out of that in the next few months. Let's see, some more information about Carson Now. Of course, it's carsonnow.org. You get us on Facebook too. We have a lot of people check into our Facebook page where all the news comes across there. We really want people to submit events. That's a big thing. If you've got an event coming up, kind of fundraiser, concerts, music venues, whatever, we have a great way that you basically use that submit button that's on the top of every page, and you can submit your event right off the bat, and it goes right in. We definitely want lots of photos. I mean, we got that's one thing that I'm specifically working on now to make it much easier for people to submit photos. Right now you can use the submit page on there and submit photos. We're going to make a mobile version of that to where it'll make it easy. So if you're actually sitting somewhere and you have your smartphone and you take a picture, we want it to be a couple of clicks and you can be able to submit that directly to the site. So I think it'd be pretty good to be able to see kind of a visual representation of what's happening right now in Carson City. We also, of course, one of our missions, we are a business. We try to help businesses with advertising. We have some interesting advertising programs. One of them is what we call the Now ads, which basically takes the Twitter messages from an advertiser and it puts them onto the website. And the great thing about that is advertisers can actually update their ad immediately. Within just a couple of minutes, boom, it's there. And so for restaurants who are doing a daily special or something like that, it makes it really easy for them to work with. For other news organizations, we've also been working with, trying to pick up stories from wherever they come from. We take press releases. We try to get like the agendas for meetings like board of supervisors meeting, the school board meetings. We try to get those up so you can see kind of the full agendas. We also work with ACC TV for doing live news. We link to the live meetings coverage that they do. So Board of Supervisors, you can watch the Board of Supervisors meetings live on there, and also the school board meetings and other meetings that take place at the community center. They have a great setup, and we love being able to basically link to any news or show people any news that we can of what's going on here. So no matter what your interest is, if it's hard news or you're looking at events, music events, things like that, we want to be that place so you can find it. Using the site, you can come in on the front page. We have lots of our big stories on there. We also have a Twitter feed that comes in so that people can see the stuff that comes in through Twitter. We use that a bit. From there, you can also, there's categories and stories. We've done a lot of categorization, so you can follow stories by the categories. So for instance, one of the big issues in the past now was the Nugget Project, and there's actually a category tag under topics for Nugget Project, and if you click on that, all of the stories about Nugget Project show up. So it helps people keep track of the different news topics that they want, that are interested in them. We also have some regular contributors to the site who do a great job. One of them, Don Quillisi, he's Mr. Outdoors. I've known him for a long time when we were both working for a newspaper. He's a great fisherman. He has a great fishing report every week, and so you can find out pretty much whatever's going on in whatever body of water within a couple hundred miles of here. I think sometimes his fishing report goes from the Sacramento River all the way down to Bishop and Mammoth. So he has all kinds of great fishing, hunting stories, and is always an entertaining read. We also have a new person who's been contributing more, Chris Graham, who does sports. He is a sports editor for Carson Now. He is the voice of the Sierra Nevada College Wildcats baseball. He does the radio announcing for them, and he's just a great sports, very, very passionate about sports, especially about baseball. And you get the chance to read his stuff and talk to him. He is, you'll know that he really knows what he's talking about when it comes to sports. Very, very active in that. We have a few other people who contribute on a regular basis, and we're looking for more people who want to do that. If there's a topic that's maybe in particular interest to you, please let us know. You can basically send your emails to editor@carsonnow.org, and we can try to work out if you have a topic of local interest. We'd love to have it. The greatest thing about web publishing is there's no limit in terms of the number of stories we can take and the length of stories. They can be however long you want them to be. We have basically unlimited space. So we can incorporate anything that has to do with Carson City we want to be the repository for all information about Carson City that we can get. And I'm really hoping that everybody will contribute and tune in to us at carsonnow.org, and also on Facebook at facebook.com/carsonnow, and also Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, which is twitter.com/carsonnow. Pay attention for some of the new changes we'll have coming up in the next few months, and let us know if there's news that needs to be covered and any kind of submissions you have. Just go to the website and let us know. And I want to thank you for tuning in.